Hey, you guys, you're going to want to listen all the way through this episode because, like, smack in the middle of it, Kelly's going to tell you about her conversation with Nikki and Donna, OG Madonna backup singers. Also, DJ Tracy Young and how it'll all tie together and where you can hear that chat.
You're also going to find out about two upcoming documentaries that you're really going to watch, and they both have absolutely nothing to do with one another. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to the 90s.
Hello, 90s.
Thanks for being here, everybody. We've got quite a bit to get to, and the connection that is 90s and now, not the least of which is great concern for Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, I know. Yep.
Whoa, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, we're going to be challenged like there was never a challenge that sounded like Kelly's Trivia. Actually, I keep on saying it. I'm trying to like build it up because I'm doing okay the last few weeks.
You are. Yeah.
So I'll take it. And by okay, I mean I get one out of two. So odds are pretty good if you're betting. Your 90s rewind to go back to a real lovey time in 1994. And we're coming up on the anniversary of the passing of Sinead O'Connor. Her final wishes have been revealed, and they're great. So let's start there.
Start there.
Pretty impressive. I think the headline sort of says it all for what we would talk about for Sinead. That is, it's and that she instructs her children to milk her fortune, and basically is what she does. Like she gives specifics on what she wants done with her ashes, and it's basically as they see fit. She's left her ex-husband as the executor of her will. Her children are adults, right? Like she's a mother of four, as they refer to her in the article that we read, one of whom has since passed just the year before her
Yeah.
passing.
Is this going to be 2 years? It'll be 2 years this year, right? That she's
It'll
gone?
be two, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that's wild. Now, she's got a lot. I mean, she had, money in the bank, let's say.
Mhm.
She had debts, she had legal fees, she had funeral costs, and still her kids are left with, close to $2 million.
Mhm.
And that's just that. But what she instructed was that her albums, and she sold millions of those. She said that she urged her children to milk it for what it's worth, which I love because when you think of all the artists that we have talked about on
Mhm.
this show that um, sell their catalogs and kind of reap the reward while they're here,
Yep.
she wasn't able to do that. She's got quite a bit of music and she is well respected for what she's written and how she's performed. And I mean, she's referred to as, her big hit is Nothing Compares to You. It's not her song. She didn't write that song. But she wrote a lot of music, and why not milk it for all it's worth? People have put a price tag on the arts for a long time. And if she can make it so that her kids benefit from what she has done artistically in this world, then I love that that was the instruction.
Yep. I think so. I think she's very good at tongue-in-cheek stuff in general. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of like her parting uh, message in a way. I'm sure there was other messages, but that's a good one for her family.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? You and I have talked about this before, and I realize she's been through some hardships, but I would have hoped her fortune would have been bigger.
Yeah. And you know what? I think maybe because of some of the challenges that she faced, and this is just my guesstimating,
Hmm.
that she maybe didn't capitalize when she could have
Right.
with tours, with not that she had to be mainstream, but she was fairly experimental in her in the later years of her career,
Hmm.
and all really interesting stuff. Um, but I think where you capitalize is you have a hits tour, or you're going to be on tour with and you're going to get some of the hits, or I don't know that you were guaranteed that with her. And like I said, I think she might have missed the chance to make the most of that in that time.
Yeah.
And certainly she was going through stuff, and she had young kids, and she had stuff,
Yeah.
and later in life health issues. So
Hmm.
that's, I mean, so I love that she had the presence of mind to make it. Like maybe she knew that. Maybe she knew she missed opportunities, and at
Hmm.
least in this way, it's weird to say, but death sells. So
Yeah.
the curiosity is also maybe something that fueled her instruction to milk it for what it's worth. I just think it's great to be that present here to make that instruction known for when you're gone, that's what you should do.
And you and I discussed this at her passing, like even though she passed from memory serving that it was health related issues,
Mm-hmm.
I think she never recovered. And I don't even think that's the right word, because I don't want to be insensitive in any way, but from the
Mm-hmm.
passing of her son. You know what I mean? Like,
I bet you're right.
so part of me feels like her soul needed to be with him.
Yeah, I would. I mean, knowing nothing, which is basically what we know of her personal life,
Mhm.
um, I would say that makes sense. Like think of Lisa Marie Presley.
That's exactly how I feel the same way about her.
Yeah, I think that when the break in chronology happens, when our kids go before us, that's hard. It's hard to get your head around. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and yeah, I think if if you've got some health issues in breathing, and your heart's broken, it's probably even harder to you know stay strong or even get strong.
Mm. I have to say though, I don't even know how to phrase this again because I don't want to sound insensitive. I don't think it is. It's more of like as a fan perspective. I'm grateful to know that she didn't take her life also,
Hmm.
like her son, because she did intone after he passed initially that that might happen because she was so devastated, which who can blame her? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, um, so I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Relieved that that wasn't the way she went out.
Hmm. I and think also that for her kids that are still here,
Yes.
that sort of she did, fight forward for them,
Hmm.
and that has to make them feel good. Imagine, there's millions of people in the world that have lost parents by suicide, so it leaves you with questions
Hmm.
and answers that you'll never get in a lot of cases. So I think circling back to her instructions in her will, I think her self was demonstrated
Yep.
in her own words, which I think is a great part of a great legacy for sure.
And also, I know when she passed and they had that funeral, it was so great to see so many fellow countrymen and women show up and show out for Sinead in Ireland.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a heartwarming thing for me to see the pictures and read the articles about just how many people like admired her and she meant so much to them and they showed up for her.
Yeah. She had, I mean, uh, tortured artist. Is that too strong a reference or too cliche? She dealt with a lot. A lot of people deal with a lot. And I think a lot of people in the arts are dealing with a lot. And that is the outlet for them to not have it weigh on them. They write it down, they record it, and they give it to the world so they can release it a little bit. And hopefully she was able to release it a little bit. And clearly what you're saying, what you're remembering about her funeral is that, people received it. So we're able to lift it from her.
And that she mattered because I hope she knew she mattered. You know what I mean? Like I hope because I think, and again, you and I don't know anything, but I know in some of the things that I've read over the years, I felt in what I've read that there was some level of her feeling very isolated, you
Mm.
know, like
Hmm.
and that she was in the fight, quote unquote, by herself, you know,
Yeah.
like it was a battle. So I just hope she felt wherever she is in the cosmos that she was like, oh, like I did matter to many people.
Yeah. I hope that too. There
Yeah.
was in the summertime, my nephew Jeffrey, who you know,
I love Jeffrey.
was invited me to like a Q&A on a book called Why Sinead O'Connor's Music Matters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I got COVID, so I couldn't go. I mean, that's a short story, but I got a pin from it. He brought me a pin. So at least that I've got this pin in my kitchen on a little cork board that says Why Sinead O'Connor Matters.
That's great.
So there's a physical statement of what you just expressed in my kitchen.
Yeah. It's like I knew, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another thing we're going to talk about today, put a little bit of Canada in your cup because Tom Green, who a lot of people know from his work on MTV and in movies and stuff like that, is Canadian and is back in Canada and is celebrating that on the screen. So we'll let you know how you can get that, but we'll also get set to tackle some trivia.
Here we go. Get ready. So, Sharon, you get to choose again because we actually finished the last two cards. Uh, would you like art and literature and sport, or would you like to put a hobbies, toys, and games in there?
I'm going to start with art and literature and sport.
Okay, so I will remove the hobbies, toys, and games for another time. Would you like to start with art and literature or sport?
Sport.
All right. Which golfer won the Open Championship in 1995?
Um,
This guy was
Tiger
quite,
Woods.
no, this guy was quite the character. Back to you.
Uh, Fred Couples.
No, that's Adam, who he's named after.
Oh yeah. Uh, this is unprecedented that I get three guesses, but I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you haven't noticed yet.
I did notice. I'm letting you go.
um, I don't know. Give me his initials.
JD.
Oh, I don't know.
John Daly.
That's it.
That was a good fake out, Sharon. You're like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, that
The
was
first
good.
name that came to mind was John Davidson. I'm like, that's the wrong show.
Yeah.
Remember John Davidson? He hosted game shows and
Yeah.
yeah,
Who was the guy that was that that did the stunts? What was his name? John, wasn't him John something?
Evel Knievel.
Not Evil Knievel, but the guy. Remember there was wasn't there a show, John, and he had the like the 70s hair? Ooh,
Oh,
what was that?
wow.
What was that guy's name, Sharon?
Super Dave Osborne,
Super Dave Osborne.
also Canadian.
There we go. Do you remember that show? That was epic. I love that show.
Yeah, 'cause he always went flying. And you could tell it was not a human body, but a doll.
Yeah. First CGI, Sharon.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and he's related to another actor. So I'm going to find that out in
All
place
right.
of Adam's fast Google uh, skills.
Whilst you do that, I'll let everybody.
Whilst you ask,
Yeah, so
yes.
the next question will be coming from art and literature. And
Side note, I love how you have an accent
only for
when you
that.
say that.
It's like I'm Madonna. Um,
Yeah.
which 90s George R. R. Martin novel was adapted, sorry, to create the second season of Game of Thrones for TV? This I did not know. I didn't even know any of that.
For the record, I know that you're looking at the card right now, and what you missed was a look away, which
Oh.
was this. Like I looked away like I have an audience over here.
Your
That,
dog Shadow's over there. Uh,
yeah, that's true. Wow, I don't know.
but this is funny. Did you watch Game of Thrones? Was that a thing?
No.
Yeah. So my better half and I, we didn't jump on the bandwagon of Game of Thrones,
Okay.
but eventually we're like, well, everybody's talking about it. We should try. Um, we lasted a few episodes and again, no judgment to anybody who loved the show, because obviously the world over loved that show, but we could not get into it. We felt like, and again, this is just like from our perspective, that it was written by a bunch of 13-year-old boys.
Okay. Yeah, in their basement.
Yeah. So, anyway, so we did not finish it. But I did like though, what's her face? The one who played the dragon lady. Why am I forgetting her name? She's a good actress. Uh, I can't remember.
Hannah Waddingham?
No, no. The one who in Game of Thrones. The one who was like the dragon lady?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Anyways,
wasn't Hannah Waddingham was in something?
was she? Maybe she was in that too. I only lasted a few episodes, but
She's she's hot.
she okay.
Yeah.
Um, a clash,
Okay, focus on the show here.
a Clash of Kings.
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah, I also did not know of it, but I did not
You
know
know what?
that.
You know what you should do is take that card and rip it up.
No, because you're gonna have another go at it next week. But but I did learn something today because I did not know that like a George R.R. novel was adapted for the second season of Game of Thrones.
Interesting. Me
Interesting.
neither.
Yep. So there we go.
There's a really good chance that I'm going to forget that even by the end of this show.
Could be. Could be.
I have to make a correction that Super Dave Osborne, not Canadian, but did like the show ran on.
Oh, I thought he was.
Uh, no, he's American, and his famous sibling is Albert Brooks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair. I
yeah,
would like to remind our audience that you have told me over the years that if you say stuff with confidence, people believe it. So you
I
did.
know. I was confused,
Yeah. But you said it
confident,
with confidence.
confidently confused. But yeah, that's fine until somebody else Googles and says she's an idiot. She doesn't know anything.
Totally.
Which is entirely possible. Now, let's talk about Billy Ray Cyrus.
hmm
And was he the biggest name at the Trump inauguration a couple of weeks ago? Or did he become the biggest name because of the concern that everybody is now expressing for his well-being? Because he did not sound good at all.
Did you watch the clip?
I didn't see the clip. I've only heard the clip and thought I don't want to see the clip because I won't be able to unsee it.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch the clip either.
Like it's hard to hear. Um, and what's happening now is that his kids are, or at least his son Trace is, I guess, taken to social media that that Billy Ray has now threatened legal action for um, them asking to for him to get help. I'm not sure how you get legal action for your concern of your family, but
Well, I don't know if he's saying that he was defaming him or whatever by say because he's posted twice now, Trace. The
okay.
the initial post, basically almost like this open letter
Hmm.
to Billy saying like, "Hey, get your act together," in a loving type way.
Hmm.
And then it sounds like Billy Ray responded to that by saying he's going to sick lawyers on him or whatever, on his own son. So,
Well, they're right. Like all you need to do is hear him, and then you're going to sick lawyers on your son should seal the deal that maybe you need some help,
yeah, I don't know.
sir.
But he's I don't know to what degree things haven't been going his way, but remember, was it last year or the year before? I think it was last year where he had that divorce and that relationship that he had. It was so rock and roll all over the place and it was in the
Yeah.
tabloids and it was like a train wreck. And so I was concerned at that point that things were not going great. And
So was that the mother of his kids, of like Miley, let's say?
yeah,
I don't remember her first name, but she's not Fire Rose, right?
no, that's the train wreck situation. I'm
Okay,
not saying
so
Fire Rose is a train wreck, but
no, but that marriage is now also over.
yeah.
And she is saying that what's being seen in the public now reflects much of what I experienced in private during our relationship. Very sad to see those same struggles continue for him, but I'm glad the truth is coming to light for his potential good because healing is only possible when you confront the truth and accept there's a problem, which he doesn't seem to be doing necessarily if he's threatening legal action against his son. But
Yeah. I think it's Trish Cyrus. Cyrus.
oh, you're right. That is,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, because I don't want to look like a complete idiot, Emilia Clarke is the actress I was trying to remember from Game of Thrones.
Fair enough. I will also be honest and say, as soon as I said Hannah Waddingham, I wouldn't have heard you say the right answer anyways. Because, as I mentioned, she's hot.
Yeah.
uh,
She still on Ted Lasso, which might get a fourth season.
I
That's
really want that to happen.
did it how did it end season 3? Because I'm not there yet. And I don't
I'm
want to
not
know
gonna.
it.
I can't. Well, you just asked me how it ends.
No, but I just
You,
want to know, like, my only question is, I don't want to know the ending because I'm trying to get there,
yeah.
but does it end in a way that
Yes.
there could be a season four?
Yeah, for sure, because everybody's alive and life goes on, basically,
Yeah.
which I think was a running theme throughout the whole show. The idea that, whatever struggles you have, life goes on, you got to keep trying, that kind of thing. So I think that is consistent with how the show ended.
Okay, fair enough.
How vague is that?
Super vague. I love it.
Vague and specific at the same time.
Yeah. Before we, uh,
Yes, yes, we forgot to say something. We had talked about wanting to say something, so
yep. Go.
let's. Well, I think you should go. Unless it's not going to be boastful, I'll just cheer you on for telling the news that's coming up.
Yeah, I just wanted to pass this along because this is very apropos for our 90s Now audience.
Hmm.
We were very fortunate over at the Kelly Alexander show, our sister show, that we were able to sit down and have a big chit chat with Nikki Harris, Donna Delory, and DJ Tracy Young. And we all know, or you should if you're a fan of 90s Now, that they were very instrumental artists working with Madonna. Nikki and Donna were with Madonna from, I think, like 86 or 87 right through. Nikki stayed till 2001. She did the Drowned World tour, and then Donna stayed through the 2006 tour. And so they were with her all those times. So anytime you see a music video or a Grammy performance or an award show performance, those two ladies were the ones beside her always.
Hmm.
Specifically, if you go and look at the Bye Bye Baby um, performance at the MTV Awards in 1993. They opened the show. You can totally find that on YouTube. And those are the ladies. And then Tracy Young is a fantastic DJ, and Madonna picked her up, and she has spun for Madonna for a long time, and actually DJ'd her wedding to Guy Ritchie. And
Wow.
in 2019, Madonna and Tracy won a Grammy together for like a remix song, and Tracy became the first female remixer to win a Grammy, which was outstanding.
No kidding.
Yeah, so they're all three of us are on the show, all three of them, I should say. And the cool thing about all of it is that this is their first time together being interviewed on screen. So it's
Well, kudos to Kelly Alexander for making that happen. Honestly, like uh, Kelly Alexander show, sister show to this one, but it's all you. And the continued effort that and energy that you put into that show is remarkable. So people should be following that just if they're fans of music. There's so many reasons to follow it. Fans of music, fans of dance, fans of you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sharon. So, yeah, so just quick note, if you're listening to 90s Now right now on the audio version, because this drops a little bit earlier than the YouTube version, this will be coming out for you later today on Friday, the 31st of January at 5 p.m. So you'll be able to watch the interview or listen to it on the audio version also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, Kelly Alexander Show, and then also on this very same YouTube channel. And I should mention, Sharon knows this already, but it was supposed to be a 30-minute interview, and we chatted for an hour and 40 minutes. So
That's wild.
there was a lot to talk about. And I should mention just quickly, part of the reason we were talking, it wasn't just heading down nostalgia lane. It was because Tracy, Nikki, and Donna have decided to work together on recording new music, and they have just dropped their first single. It's called, well, it's their version of In Deep's "Last Night a DJ Saved My Life."
Oh, I love it.
And it's fantastic. It's already been mentioned by Billboard magazine as one of their hottest new dance tracks of the week. And so like the buzz is huge, and very excited to have them on to talk about that. And then of course, you'll get like some inside Madonna behind the scenes info. So
Very cool.
thank you, Sharon.
Well done, Kelly. 5 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah. And I have
That's
to
like
say, and
that's the
I'm sure,
start of happy hour. So then you
yes,
could listen to that and have something
I
clinking in your
should.
glass.
I should. And I should mention too that I think anybody who was a fan of Madonna's like in the 90s growing up, this should hit for you because like especially if you in your teenage years, like or just a bit older, like Sharon,
Oh, when I was in the clubs.
when you were in the clubs, this should hit because it just takes you back, and it's so great to hear what life was like for them behind the scenes, like working with Madonna, including like when they first got chosen. Like Nikki only, I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll tease you with the fact that Nikki only got chosen for the Who's That Girl tour 5 days before they left for Japan.
Whoa.
which was incredible to like learn all that stuff.
However old I am, I did see that tour.
Did you? Okay, very good.
Yeah, I saw at the Forum in Montreal.
Was that 87 then? Yeah, she would because the album came out 86, right? I think the album came out.
Yeah, it was the summer of it was either 86 or 87.
Okay. I would have been 9 or 10, Sharon, so not in the clubs.
Great. I would have been doing other
Yeah.
things. And Level 42 opened up.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So it might have been 86 because, yeah, it might have been 86.
Okay.
Either way, it was great. She was great.
Yep.
Madonna, come on.
Yep.
Come on. So, yeah, good for you. And congratulations on getting that interview and making that happen and turning what could have been a brief chat into an experience
Yeah.
for all of us.
Yeah. It was really fun. And I'm so excited for the fans to get to know them better and to hear their excitement about this new music they're working on is like incredible. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well done, Kelly.
Thank you kindly, Sharon.
From them to Tom Green, because
That's
why
a
not?
great segue.
That's what we're offering with 90's now. Tom Green has left the big, shiny Hollywood and moved back home to Canada and has an Amazon Prime documentary called "This is the Tom Green Documentary." Sort of tells you everything it is in the title. Um, he said he started to feel like he wasn't being true to his authentic self, which is why he left.
Mhm.
And this is a guy that I didn't know. I didn't know him personally, but he was a year ahead of me at Algonquin College. He was studying television. I was studying radio.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing him in the halls and stuff. He was just a regular guy. And beyond that is when he got his cable show. And then that cable show got noticed by MTV. And then boom, like he just went. And I mean, Tom Green is sort of one of those cultural reference point, I think, for people of a certain age, right? Like he he had great big success and then he ended up in movies and he ended up married to Drew Barrymore and like what the heck is happening? So this documentary shows a whole new side of him.
Mhm.
And I think one side, Kelly, that you can relate to,
The farming.
the farming.
Yeah.
Farm. That's
Yeah.
how our East Coast neighbors say farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Farm.
He's in Ontario, which would be
Yeah.
where you went to school, so he's probably back in his hood-ish.
Yeah, his parents grew up he grew up in Ottawa,
Okay.
and that's where Algonquin College is. I think he's a little I'm not is it I don't know where in Ontario he is, so do you know where?
I think they were vague about it. So I don't know if in the
Makes
document,
sense.
I don't know if in the doc you'll actually get to figure out where-ish he is, but I'm assuming like if his parents are still alive or whatever, maybe he's not that far away. So
They're featured in this
that's great.
and I think they sort of get some he I won't say tortured his parents, but he played a lot of pranks on them.
Yeah.
So I think based on what I've seen in interviews, they get some payback on him,
Okay, great.
which is great for them. Um, one of the things I think is this is like a classic reference, but he had his father's car hood detailed, like with that sort of spray paint decal, and
Yeah.
I think a naked or topless woman on the car. Like it was like a sedan, like a father car that now has this spray painted topless. I thought you'd like it, Dad. That kind of thing.
Especially
Just
when you rock up
ridiculous.
to the supermarket. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could see the legit like disappointment, like the parental darn it, son, kind of thing. Well, now he himself at 53 is finding his peace and uh, along with chickens and a mule, a donkey, and one interview I saw with him on CTV Your Morning, he had his dog with him.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Yep.
He is pretty chill for a guy whose reputation has him kind of being off the wall and always sort of on. He's pretty chillaxed.
I wonder if that was the same way with Robin Williams on some level, because he could never not be like when he's been interviewed or when he's always like up and on and like high octane.
Hmm.
I always felt for Robin like he must be tired, like he must like when he's actually legit away from any camera or person so he can just maybe chill out.
Hmm. Yeah, I think the compulsion of wanting to entertain and always wanting to kind of overserve supersedes I'll just relax. Like it's like they don't know how.
Yeah, because did you watch that interview that he did with I can't remember what year it was, but I want to say it was late 80's, maybe early 90's. He was on with Billy Crystal, I think it was, on Oprah. And I feel like there was also a woman with him, maybe like another actress. I can't remember, but I just remember Oprah could not keep him on the rails, like, and everybody was loving it. So maybe it was totally fine. But I just remember thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness, like it almost like just overtook the actual interview of what they were, because they were, I think on promoting some big film at the time.
Right.
I just remember Robin, especially because when Robin started to get a few laughs from the audience and then Oprah, he just then like went. And I
Yeah.
remember standing up like off the chair and like not standing on the chair. I don't think he did that, but that was Tom Cruise. But
Right.
he just was like manic, like really. And I just remember thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is a lot to watch. Like you could feel the energy coming off the screen. And I just remember thinking, I'm like, it must be so hard for him to not just stay chill.
And that's part of it, the manic of it all. Like you're way up and eventually there's a way down, right?
Yeah. Because obviously
That
he's ridiculously, and like in that moment, he was like one-liners, like you just like he was funny as heck. Like it was so crazy, but I was just like, oh my God, like how is Oprah gonna get this back on the rails?
Yeah. Well, I think, well, what we know about Robin Williams, at least, is that there was depression and there was anxiety and there was probably things that, he needed medication for. Um, and like you said, there's no getting a person back and he was very good. It
Yep.
sounds weird to say he was very good at being manic. Like
Right.
in it, he just hit it, and he was fearless as a comic because he tried stuff
Mhm.
and kept trying, kept trying, kept trying. So eventually you're going to hit something, but like it was pulling the string of a toy almost and then watching it go and you never knew,
Yeah.
but oftentimes it was gold.
Yeah. Because even too, like as we would watch him in dramatic roles, like incredible,
Hmm.
just an incredible talent.
Yeah.
So
He has you could see the real heart of him.
yes. Yeah.
Similarly, interesting, I didn't mean to do this, but to bring it back to Tom Green, what he is hoping to do with this documentary is a documentary, is it a documentary series, isn't it?
I
Is
yeah.
Yeah, there's more to it, I think. He's trying to show not necessarily a different side to him, but certainly different from what people will expect of
Right.
him.
Yeah.
So get to the heart of his himself, which is nice. It's nice, Kelly.
Thank you.
Now, do you want to go back into time?
I do.
Then hold on. We're going back to 1994 with your 90s rewind. And I promised some lovey tones, and we'll get that right out the gate
Mm,
with Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart, and Sting. Doing it all for love.
all for love.
Man, oh man.
Yep.
How about our friend Celine Dion? And by our friend, I mean, we don't know her at all, but wouldn't that be nice? Uh, Celine Dion and the power of love. Michael Bolton
Mm,
said, I loved you, but I lied. That's not very nice, Michael Bolton.
no.
Toni Braxton, it seems on the other side of her love story, she was looking to breathe again
Oh, I love that song.
because she can't stop thinking about. Um, Ace of Base, sorry, Ace of Base. All that she wants is another baby.
Yeah.
You know how you get a baby? She didn't want an actual baby. She just wanted a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
so that she could love them. Uh, and to full circle it with a different kind of love, sort of that more primal, we go to Salt and Pepper and Shoop.
Shoop.
Here I go, here I go, here I go again. That's the way I roll, Kel.
Like it.
I just drop it like it's hot, you know, like I go
Appreciate-
right into the song.
when they come back on tour again, will you go to meet them again, Shan?
And it'll be like the first time for them because they won't recall ever having met me. I'll try to get another picture with them. It might look like me and who knows who, you know? And I'll say, no, really, it's Salt and Pepper. You can't tell because of the horrible lighting that they chose,
Yeah.
but it's them.
And wasn't there a hat situation? Didn't they have
Yes, a big hat and oh, you're only allowed one picture. No, we're not. We're taking two, but thanks. That was yeah, it was not great, but it was a great show. Like they were really fun.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
They're
super
awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Final note from me, just a quick reminder again, if you're listening to us, it's coming up on Saturday. The Lisa and the Cult Jam documentary is
Ooh,
coming out
yeah.
on Lifetime. If you're watching this, it will be already out and probably on rerun on Lifetime because I'm assuming they'll run it several times over the weekend.
Nice.
So just do that. And also don't forget that it's Grammy Sunday. So get
I
ready.
can't even believe it.
Yeah.
So much going on, Kel. So with that, we appreciate that you've taken some time to fit into your busy schedule because we know that there's a lot going on. So thank you for being taking us with you wherever it is that you take us. We appreciate.
Thank you.
I didn't have time to say the whole word because I'm busy. We appreciate. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for listening to 90s Now. Still happening.
Something that I've always wanted to ask, because I've been fortunate to interview a lot of dancers that have worked with some major artists, and we always end up talking about award shows at some point. Like, do they love doing them? Was it fun? Did you guys enjoy doing award show performances like with Madonna? And was it fun to be a part of it? Was it fun to see other acts, or was there a bit of competition between different camps?
When we did those award shows, Madonna was just like queen. You know, we'd walk in there. We got to sound check whenever we wanted to sound check. You know,
Wow.
we got the opening slot. We got the slot that she wanted. You know, and so when we
either
walked in,
open or close, we'd open or close, nothing in the middle.
we walk in that room and everyone is just like, "What can we get you? What do you need?" You know, and she included us in that. So we felt also like, you know, we had the respect to get the sound we needed and to make sure the floor was fine for us. But there's nothing like that feeling going out there and just knowing what power you have, you know, going and opening a show like when we did Express Yourself. And
for me, it was MTV Awards, the Louis the 14th. For me, it was like when we did that, I was like, yeah, what, you know, this is. You can't get much better than this. This is unfair, Madonna. This is unfair. It was like, Madonna, this is unfair. Now you ain't supposed to be coming like this for these people.